What's going on, fifth grade? All right, here we go. Today we're going to create a Galaga inspired game. So the first thing we want to do, we want to go to our new project here. And I'm going to title mine Death Star. Boom, boom. I'm going to go to create. And I want you to create your own projectile and your own character. So the first thing what we want to do, we want to go to scene. And we want to kind of go to our effects here. I'm going to go to my start screen. I'm going to grab this block right here. And I'm going to change this to our blizzard effect right here. So right here, you can kind of play around with it, but we're going to have our character over here and our enemy's going to be flying across the air. You can play around with it and kind of choose your own. The next thing we want to do, we want to go to our sprites. And I'm going to grab this one right here, and this is our player. Now you want to click in this little box here to kind of create your player. I'm going to create kind of like a Death Star here. So I'm going to go quick here, so bear with me. It's going to go down here. Go down here, and I'm going quick. And be creative with your characters. Not the best looking Death Star. I'm going to fill it in here. All right, and then I'll go back to my draw tool, and I'm just going to kind of draw like this little thing here. All right, so very good here. So now we have our Death Star here. All right, he's going to pop up here. He's going to be in the middle of the screen, but I want him to kind of start over here. All right, so we got to tell it where we want it to start here. So we're going to grab the second block in physics here. I'm going to grab this here. I'm going to tell him where I want him to start. I want him to kind of start the game over here. So I'm going to move him over here. Now the next thing, we want to make sure he stays in the screen. He can't leave the screen there. So I'm going to go back to sprites. And I'm going to grab this block here where it says stay in screen. All right, right here, it's the bottom one under effects. I'm going to drag this one out here. I'm going to turn this one on where it says stay in screen. But again, my character, he doesn't move. So we got to code him and tell him to move. So I'm going to go to controller. I'm going to grab this one right here where it says move my sprite with buttons. Now we're creating a game where the enemies, they can kind of kill us and kind of move around here. So now I can move my character around and kind of dodge these enemies. So the next thing we want to do, we need to set our score because we want to see who can get the high score. So we're going to start off by kind of setting our score to 0. And then we also need to add lives. So right here, we're going to go to lives. All right, so I'm going to go back to info, and we want to set our lives to 3. And you can see 3 hearts kind of pop up here at the top here. All right. And so now we have our enemy, and he's kind of moving along here. All right. So now the next thing we want to do, we need to control the A button because we want to be able to shoot. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our A button here. All right. And then we're going to go back to sprites. And we scroll down and we see this button down here where it says projectiles right here. So right here, what we want to do, we want to grab this first one in projectiles, and we're going to drop it into our A button here. So it says projectile from our sprite, and we're going to change this one to 200 and 0. And you can play around with these. And right here, I'm just going to make like a red, like little laser coming out of my, there we go. There's my projectile. So right here, so now when I hit the A button, you kind of see, I'm moving around. I can kind of change my speed. I can slow it down, but it's shooting straight across our x-axis there. That's why we set it to 200. This is the speed that it shoots at. All right, so that's our goal today. Come up with a creative projectile, create an awesome character for your game. This is going to be a 2-week project. So this is just the first part of our project. And then make sure you hit the save button here, and this will automatically save to your Google Drive. And it'll pop up here. Once you see it there, it's saved. All right, so for week 1, all we're doing is designing our character and getting it to shoot. All right, I cannot wait to see what you guys come up to. Welcome back, people. It's 2021. It's going to be an awesome year. Let's do this.